This might as well be a subscription box, because I'm really not sure what's inside of it. I recently made several purchases from people that were selling on Facebook, so I haven't been so great about keeping up track with which person sold me what, and that's why I really don't know for sure what is in this box. I know that the package did come from, it says Michigan. I kind of have an idea what it might be, but like I said, I'm not 100% sure. I just know that I got several boxes on the way. So let's go ahead and find out together what exactly is in here. And let me finish getting the tape off there. I'll tell you right now, the sender, they did do a great job with the pack, and this is very well protected. In fact, let me go ahead and get the pop out, and this is just one pop in this box. Look at how well wrapped that is. So let me do a quick cut here, because I will have to literally do some cutting here, and then we'll go ahead and find out what it is. Here is Leatherface out of his box. Looking at him up close, he just looks even more creepy and disgusting. But all pop figures, of course, they do have a little bit of a cuteness factor, so he has that as well. But yeah, the closer you look, just the more disgusting it looks, though, because you can see the stitching here. There's a lot of detail when you look at this pop up close. You can see the stitching of where the skin is pieced together. And of course, Leatherface, pretty disgusting character because he wears the skin of his victims as a mask, which crazily enough is based on a real serial killer, Ed Gein, from, I forgot what decade his victims were discovered and everything, but yeah, it goes way back. And that character, or not character, excuse me, that real person, that serial killer, actually inspired the creation of several well-known characters, including Leatherface. Looking at some of the detail here, of course, he has his chainsaw, which, if you're curious at all, it doesn't feel sharp at all. It does feel rough. The edges do feel rough, but definitely not sharp. Got the blood splatters on it. There are a couple of paint flaws that I'm seeing on this pop, especially here, up under the shoulder, or I should say around the shoulder. Even looks like a little bit of a crack in the mold there. But actually, none of that really bothers me because, I mean, it's Leatherface. It almost seems like if Leatherface were done perfectly, no paint flaws at all, I think that actually go against the character. And actually, they probably honestly could have bloodied him up even more. In fact, I think he could have been the first pop that came blood splatter just standard, because it would have made sense. I mean, come on, the man uses a chainsaw as a weapon, so I doubt that he's going to be walking around just neat and tidy all the time. So Leatherface, I wanted to get him because I do like the look of the pop. Now, I won't say that I'm a big fan of the movies. In fact, I've never seen the original, and horror fans, stop the booing. You know, I never got around to seeing the original. I'm assuming that this is a poster of the original. Now, initially, when I first saw the boxes for the horror characters, I wasn't too crazy about the back of the boxes because it didn't show any of the other horror figures or slasher figures. But it is kind of cool that they do take some artwork from the movies and include it here. This box, oddly enough, is in great condition, but at the same time, I guess here, I don't know if the glue was just not done properly or what, because it seems like the box doesn't quite want to stay together, but it is in good condition. So I'm definitely happy with the seller. I think they did a great job of packing, and it was a very smooth sale. Some other horror figures that I have here. If you've been keeping up with my collection, you already know what else I have, but just to remind you all, I have Jason Voorhees here. And I actually got Jason Voorhees from Delilah, Mrs. Funko Pop. Then I also have Hannibal Lecter. And this Hannibal Lecter, the box that I have, is not in the greatest condition. I had another Hannibal Pop that was in better condition, but I decided to give that one away to someone, which I don't regret at all, because honestly, and I do love that cover. I've always loved the cover of Silence of the Lambs. But honestly, I think I have a horror shelf on one of my other shelves. I do have a shelf that's dedicated to horror. And I'm really thinking about going out of the box with my horror figures because they just look so much better. This Hannibal looks so cool out of the box. So I really would like to go ahead and just go ahead and handle that. Take them out of the box, keep them together. And then also that shelf is a little bit cramped, so it would help me space-wise. I have here Freddy Krueger, which if I had to choose a favorite horror character, that would be my choice easily, Freddy Krueger. And then a figure that took me a while to finally get, I have Freddy Krueger with the syringes on his fingers, which is a reference to A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I've said this before on my channel. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I think it's a horror classic. Definitely the best Freddy Krueger movie or Nightmare on Elm Street movie. And this one was sent to me by Brian, who at this point, I'm really not sure if he's going to stick with the channel name that he had recently, so it's kind of hard to do a shout out. But Brian, you know who you are if you're watching. I definitely appreciate this because this is one of the figures, one of the earliest figures that I wanted to get when I started collecting once I saw that this actually existed. Look at that face. You gotta love Freddy. So yeah, these are all of the horror figures that I have right now. I'm not going to count Alien and Predator. I really think they are more sci-fi than horror, even though I have them on my horror shelf. And actually, I have one. I'm looking back here just to make sure I'm not lying. I do have a Predator pop figure, and then I have the Titans figures that came from Loot Crate. I have the Predator Titan, and I have the Alien Titan figure together. So as far as slasher characters go, there's really one main one that I want to get next. I want to get Ghostface from Scream. The Scream movies altogether, maybe not the greatest series. I thought the first two were pretty solid. The third was terrible. I really did not like the third. The fourth one, when they made a comeback, it was okay, not great. And I haven't watched the MTV series yet, but I know it's on Netflix, so I probably will be streaming that soon, checking it out to see what I think about it. I do kind of like the redesign that they did with the character from what I saw. But yeah, like I said, as far as slasher goes, I want to get Ghostface. And then once I have Ghostface, maybe I'll get Michael Myers. Again, I'm not a fan of Halloween either. I'm not sure if I saw any of the old Halloween movies. But just to be sort of complete with the slasher characters, I might go ahead and get Michael Myers as well. I do wish there were some other slasher characters that they would go ahead and make as pop figures. I've seen a custom, in fact, Kelly Walker did a really amazing Candyman pop figure. And if you get the chance, make sure you check that out. Kelly Walker on Facebook. You can check out the Funko Posse. She's always putting up posts about her custom work. She really does some amazing, impressive work. So you definitely should check that out if you haven't done so. Again, that's the Funko Posse on Facebook. You should join that group. And then Kelly Walker is one of the admins, so you'll see her work on a regular basis. But again, she did a really awesome Candyman. I don't think Funko could do any better. You know, if they just worked it out with her to basically get her mold what she wanted to, what she did with it there, I think that would be perfect. Whoa. Just heard a strange noise here in my house. Hello? Not crazy. I know I heard something. And I'm a black man checking a strange noise. What could go wrong? Oh, it's just Radcliffe. Hey, buddy. I know what he wants. He wants to play. Hold on, I got you. Here. Come on, bring it here. Let's go again. Let's go again. Now, in case you all are wondering, I don't let him play with this toy by himself because, of course, it is electronic, and he would try to chew through it. But he definitely enjoys playing with it. But that's it for right now, you all. Hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you again real soon.